bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Scope in your mouth, watch how I know how I'm rocking, you know how I'm built. Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she popping for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got Bobby Okereke.
Welcome to the special
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here. As
Even
the
though
New York
in this
Jets
season,
and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants.
we get further than
Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
It's the battle for New York, or New Jersey for that matter. The Giants and Jets are underway. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of the contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Throwing, Jones. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And he'll go down. Getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it? Kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run again with Breida. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and made.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. He'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former second overall pick, now in his third season out of BYU.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
In motion comes the tight end left. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Jets at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And Wilson in motion left. There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give the Hall up the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You talk about this Giant defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. This one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, here's Breida. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. Yeah.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 9. This defense for the Jets, very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jones. Flushed out right. And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down. A sizable 16-yard jump there. The drive continues. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. Gray is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Breida will take it in for the Giants touchdown. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now Wilson. Got a man. That's Lazard. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Off the play fake, here's Wilson on the move to his left. Now he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now Cobb to return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's got this down to the 35. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll go again with Hall. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. And New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's going to be dropped following a pick on the 7, past the 30 to the 32. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
Oh, stinks.
On the return comes Cobb. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he powers his way up past the 30.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Straight ahead is Hall. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? To throw it is Rippon. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. Here's Rippon. Connection made to Ruckert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Rolling to his left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. They'll run with Hall. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Hall again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the 1st half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets will take over. New York ready to go again offensively. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And that one blown up quickly. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Hall again on second down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Hall again. Gets past one. Hall has it knocked loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, and they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did in the last possession.
They'll just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. Ripping to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A give running right is Hall. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Off play action, it's Rippon. Out to his left. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down. Stay in bounds. Keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. Right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Hall again. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A toss left side for Hall. Fighting him off. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset?
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kayvon Thibodeau. And the Giants are right back in this football game. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. To throw is Jones. This is Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now Jones. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Jones. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Jones.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They're going to go play action here with Rippon. This pass out wide to Hall. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Rippon. That is caught. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a 1st down, but it's a big play to boot.
Looking to throw on 1st down is Rippon. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Jets, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Push up, sacks.